All right, everyone, close-up knife reviews, doing a quick review on the BK Dragon Teeth outdoor tactical straight knife. This is a EDC self-defense style knife. It's very similar to a knife made here in America by a company, and it's very similar to some other knives that I reviewed already. The Lengren. This is the Lengren LR-869 in 14C28N stainless steel. Very nice EDC tactical fixed blade. Works very well in reverse grip and in a Pakal style. And you use the reverse serrations for trapping or pulling or whatever you'd like to do. But this knife was designed by someone that had some military background, and it was designed to be a self-defense weapon. So I've got this knife in 3 different colors. You got the brown micarta. These all have red liners. This is black G10, brown micarta. Then there's also the G10 version of the yellow or desert tan, whatever you'd like to call it. And these are all Lengren LR-869 14C28N. Extremely sharp. 14C28N has a 9 out of 10 toughness. Very tough, and it's very stainless as well. And it has the ability to take a razor sharp edge. 14C28N was also known to be used for razor blades, different things like that need to be extremely sharp. It's a 3 out of 10 as far as edge retention goes. These aren't knives that you're going to want to cut down on a cutting board all the time. These are basically self-defense EDC carry knives. I found another version of these on eBay. They are now discontinued after the tariffs have been put in place here in America for the Chinese people that import things into China. Now there's tariffs on things that are imported, and so you can look at eBay and Google tariffs, and basically shortly after Trump said he's going to tax all China's goods coming into the United States, a lot of the eBay listings, such as this one here, disappeared. There was a mix and match combination of these. Basically, you could pick your blade color, your handle color, and your sheath color. So you could basically get whatever kind of setup you wanted. And so we've got the black color here. I didn't have the gray, and these are painted blades. So I thought I'm gonna try these out. So these ones again are 14C28N. These ones here are all they've said is high carbon steel. I messaged about the Rockwell. He did not give me an answer on the Rockwell. I can't testify to the hardness of these blades. The Lengrens were 59 to 61, I think it said on the listing. The black version of this is still available, and I did message the seller of these Lengren, and he said that they're going to stop producing the ones that didn't sell well. They offered them in those 3 colors I showed you earlier. The brown with the red didn't sell as good as the other ones. The black ones sold the best, and then the tan ones were next, and the brown was the least favorite. So I think they're only going to be going forward in the future now with the black version. Which that's fine. They're beautiful handles, beautiful knives, absolutely comfortable in the hand. 4-inch blade, 4-inch handle, beautiful knives. But I found these ones for about the same price, and you could mix and match your color combinations. And I just wanted to pick up one in this color here, kind of a gold. I don't know if this is a Cerakote. I'm not sure what finish is on these. I can't remember. But you're not going to be able to find these anymore on eBay. But it was kind of neat because you can mix and match all the colors. And I personally like a stainless blade. But these are going to rust if they're a high carbon steel. You'll have to be aware of that. But I like this one, and it comes with, this sheath here, and it matches up pretty well. It looks great. Comes with a clip here. You can tighten tighten this screw up supposedly for better retention on the sheath. But these do have nice positive lock-in into the sheath. They don't come out at all. They don't rattle too much. I mean, there's some of the sheaths have a little bit of play, but no rattle really. You got some nice jimping on the handle, bird beak here for a lanyard. Everything's done really, really nice, symmetrical, just like the Lengren that I did a video on previously. Everything is basically the same, except for the steel is not the same kind of steel. And I don't know what high carbon steel means, but these came with a really screaming sharp edge. And so we're going to just zoom in a little bit here. These came with a really, really screaming sharp edge, just like the Lengrens are really, really razor sharp. These serrations are also sharp. You can slide your finger over them, but if you put any type of pressure down on those, you'll get cut for sure. The ergos of this blade are absolutely fantastic in my opinion, you know, and I'm not just talking about this company or this, you know, the knife style in general is extremely comfortable in hand. It definitely isn't too skinny in your grip. It fills out your hand really, really nice. In reverse grip, it's perfect, absolutely perfect. Beautiful reverse serrations. So these are angled this way for a tactical kind of hook, if you will. I can show you better with my other hand. So if an opponent was here, you could grab them this way and pull, and they're not going to be able to get out of those. Basically, they're going to trap their clothes, or, you know, very, very well thought out serrations on these. These were about $40 somewhere in there. Same with the Lengrens, those are $45. Beautiful. I bought a lot of these knives, guys, because I really, really like this style, and I wanted to give some away as gifts and things like that. But I bought the gray color, which Lengren didn't offer this gray color, so I wanted to pick this gray color up, and I think this one is a linen micarta gray. And then I did the gray blade on this one, so you can see, you know, it's some type of gray finish, but the blade itself is obviously where it's sharpened is silver. But just a different version of this knife, and I just wanted to get it and see what it's like. And I matched up the yellow one with the yellow sheath, and I matched up the gray one with a black sheath. And one thing I just did to modify these is I put an ULTI clip on this black one here, and I only bought one ULTI clip just to see if I liked it and it fit good, and the ULTI clip fits just right on here. I didn't have to drill any holes. These are the rivets, but it fits just right. You actually could, you know, make this clip come up a little bit higher if you wanted to wear it a little deeper, but it actually is really, really nice. I do like the ULTI clip. I'm going to try a discrete concepts carry clip. I'm going to order one next and see which one I like better, and then I'll outfit the rest of the sheaths with whatever I decide, whatever I like. But these knives were on eBay. They're not anymore, and I believe the reason is from the tariffs. And they also kind of hinted at that they are, because they are a close resemblance of another knife brand, I think they might have got a little pressure from somebody to pull them down because they're very similar to their design, and maybe they got a little backlash from a company and said you can't copy our stuff. So I'm not sure how that goes, and I'm not going to throw anybody under the bus or assume anything, but I'm glad I was able to get these before they took the listing down. And unfortunately, these came from China, and the person that listed it didn't respond to me as far as the hardness of the blade and things like that. So your guess is as good as mine on these. But I think they're a great shape, a great design. We can look really, really close at some of the features here, and it's just like the Lengren. Everything is machined exactly the same. There's really, I mean, no difference at all. on these. So somebody is producing these in China and selling them. It's interesting, they're doing a couple different steel variations. But I really love the shape, the design. Everything's rounded over really, really well, really, really comfortable. There's no hot spots, no sharp spots. The lanyard hole here is rounded over really, really nice. So your rope will slide through really freely. The jimping on the back here is just done perfectly. I think it's not sharp by any means, and it's not too smooth where you slide. You can definitely get some purchase on that. Same with this front jimping. It's really, really done nice. One thing I did notice about this particular blade is it looks like they got a little mill mark or something when they did the serrations. They got a little bit of a, I don't know if we can see that, but it's like a little bit of a gouge kind of right there in the top of the thumb ramp. And we'll just check. So it looks like this one has it too, and maybe a little bit deeper. Let's check these other ones. That one doesn't have it in the top of the thumb ramp. And that one doesn't have it. And I haven't seen that on any of the Lengrens. Those are really done really nice. Let's just look at another couple now that we're seeing that. But the Lengrens appear to have really, really good quality control, or maybe these two were like what do you want to call it? A second, or you know, just a defect. And maybe they sold these blades cheaper to somebody because maybe they were all defective and a little bit, you know, something happened to each one of them where they were scratched or something, and then they painted them. I don't know. I couldn't tell you what is actually going on behind the scenes with these, but somebody's making these and selling them and putting different names on them. But I think they're awesome. I bought a ton of these. Guys, if you like this style of knife, I really, really would highly recommend Lengren for sure, because you can't find these ones. But I would highly recommend the Lengren and the 14C28N. This is the G10 version, which they don't make anymore, so we might as well just show you the black one, which you can get right now on Amazon. Really comfortable in hand. Everything is perfectly symmetrical. I'm a big symmetry guy, so if things aren't symmetrical, I notice it right away. Like the grinds, if they're a little off, I will notice it. But all the grinds on all of these, I've got 10 of these, different colors, whatever, and then I bought 4 of these. And everything I've seen so far is really, really done nice. Nothing, to me, even this, I don't care. I like it, and it doesn't bother me too much. So I haven't seen anything that makes me want to send one of these back or think, man, this knife is garbage. I mean, these are all really, really nice. The steel is real thick. And the 14C28N, I tell you what, these are fabulous. It's a great choice for steel. Very, very, very tough. If you're going to pick a stainless steel for a self-defense blade, 14C28N is the one you want. Absolutely. It's a 9 out of 10 as far as hardness goes. And I tell you what, this thing is a tank. I would trust my life with this. When I do carry these, I like to carry 2 of them. Just because, one for each hand, why not? You know, they're comfortable to carry. They're not too bulky. I do not really like the clips on these. What I did, I'm gonna find another one here. What I did is that's how they pretty much all come. And what I did is I made it a little more discreet, and I put the rubber on the outside because the screws are too deep and they wouldn't tighten up, so I still had to use the rubber. I was hoping I could just get rid of the rubber and still use it. But so I made it a little more discreet so it's not as thick. You can see how high this one kicks away from the sheath. And then this one is right nice and tight to the sheath. Much more slim profile. But I really dig, so far, I'm really digging this ULTI clip. It locks onto your pocket. You put your pocket in there or your belt or whatever you got, and then you tighten this down. When it tightens down, it's not going anywhere. It locks on there and you can't get it off. So it's really cool. I love their logo. 15 bucks for these, and I'm gonna just try a discrete carry concepts clip and compare the two, wear them for a while, see which one I like better. But that is my review, guys, of these blades. I hope you enjoyed it. We'll take one final look at these. I think, you know, these, if I had to choose, now that I've got both variations, if I had to choose one, I'd pick the stainless every time. For a couple of reasons, because these ones, we don't know the hardness. We don't even really know what kind of steel it is. There's no label on the blade at all. So we don't know anything about the maker. We don't know anything about the steel. So we're guessing on these as to what they are. And, you know, in a self-defense situation, if a guy's going to trust his life on a blade, he should probably know the hardness, and he should probably know what kind of steel it is. And that way he could put his trust in it a little more and be a little less stressed out with what he's carrying. And the other reason that I wouldn't go with this one versus the Lengren is because the serrations have a coating on them now, so they're not as sharp. So there's absolutely there's way less bite. I can really run my finger across here. I can't press hard. I'm very, very lightly touching that. This will still cut and cut me if I press hard, but the Lengren, you're actually kind of scared to push on that. Let's look at the black one. So those are sharp. You can see how sharp they are. This is a flat grind on this blade. Nice swedge on the top. You can see how thick the tip is. It's definitely not skinny. I don't see this tip breaking. I mean, you could probably try a stab test with these, but I don't see the tip breaking. It's very, very stout. This is probably my favorite blade design that I've found so far for like an everyday carry. I've got plenty of other blades. I mean, lots and lots and lots of other blades here that, you know, that you could carry for a self-defense knife. Bigger blades, longer blades. But there's something about that blade shape that just is fabulous. I mean, I've got the Civivi Stormrich, which is an absolute fabulous knife. A little thin on the blade stock. Absolute fabulous knife. Jimping all the way around. I mean, fabulous, fabulous knives. I've got a lot of choices that I can carry, but I tell you what, I lean towards carrying this one every time I want to walk out of the house. I grab one of these, the Lengren. These are fabulous. And for 40 bucks, you can't beat that for 40 bucks. It's a really, really nice design. And guys, I hope that is a cool video for you. I think it would have been cool if these ones stayed around, you know, and we could do a long-term comparison of them. But unfortunately, even with the Lengrens disappeared for a period of time. And they weren't sold out, but the listing basically disappeared. And I had to talk him into, you know, talk to him and say, where'd the listing go? And blah, blah, blah. And he replied back and said that they were making more and they pulled them because of the tariffs. And so the Lengrens are on eBay, and they're 46 bucks or something like that. And but I had to talk him into bringing them back, and he said he's only going to bring the ones back that sold the best. So he brought the black ones back, and he said there's about 200 available. I don't know how many are left as of right now, and I'm not sure if they're going to do more or not. But you know, if you can, I'd grab this. I'd grab two, one for each hand. They're sweet. Give one to your wife. You know, even if she's not a knife lover, she will like this knife. Great little knife. I've used it in the kitchen, you know, slicing oranges and apples, and it's amazing. Very, very, very slicey. Not dissatisfied at all with the sharpness of these. These are just as sharp as the Lengren. I tend to do this nail test with knives just to see how sharp they are. If I don't put much pressure on this and it does that to my nail, I'm not pushing down on my nail hard. But if it can do this to my nail, that blade is sharp. So, and for all you tactical guys out there that don't like a reflective shiny blade, these might be the one for you. Maybe they'll come back on eBay. Before these got pulled off of eBay, there was like 500 available, and you could mix and match your colors. And I'm gonna pull that up for you guys just so I can kind of show you. So that's how they were listed on eBay. And they did give discounts for quantity as well. And so you can choose your handle color, your blade color, your sheath color. And yeah, if you click around on this ad, if you can still find it or whatever, if you bought more, the price went down. I think you could get the price down as low as $32, plus the $5 shipping or whatever. But you could get the price quite far down if you bought a lot of them. And but it's pretty cool to be able to mix and match the blade colors, and they you know, they show you here the different blade colors. So they did the brown with the gold and the brown with the silver. You know, see here's all 4 handle colors in silver, and then here's all 4 handle colors in gold. And then you can obviously mix and match your sheaths. So that was the original listing, and they are from China. And this listing is no longer visible. The only reason I can see it is because I bought these, and I can go back and show you this. But guys, I hope that helps you out. Finding a great knife and buying a great knife. And you know, if I had my choice of everyday carry self-defense style knives, I have found personally that the knife has to be comfortable in reverse grip. It has to be. If it's only comfortable in forward grip, it's not a good, in my opinion, it's not the best self-defense knife. It has to be comfortable in this grip right here. And that's what this knife is designed for. I mean, your thumb fits perfectly here. You could even wrap it around a little bit more if you wanted to, but you got this jimping right here, and your thumb just lands on it perfectly. It's just a great overall knife, just great. And then if you're using it in any type of grip, you can use these reverse serrations to your advantage. So I think it's a great design, and there is a CPM version of this, a CPM 3V, I believe, version of this, available in the United States, and it retails for $350 if I'm not mistaken. And CPM 3V, I believe, does rust. Yes, I know it does. It does rust. It's not truly a stainless steel. It is a super steel, I think, and very, very tough. It's as tough as the, well, I don't know if it's as tough as the 14C28N, but it is a tough steel. But you know, if you can get these knives for $45 versus $350, boy, you could buy a lot of these for that price. So I would love to be able to have $350 knives in my pocket all the time and in my collection all the time, but you know, there's something to be said about Chinese manufacturing. They can get the job done cheaper in a lot of cases, and in a lot of cases it's the same knife but just cheaper. So Lengren is producing some really thick blades that are really kind of blowing the socks off of people in the knife community. We've got one, I can't remember the name of it, but it's like a Tanto style blade, and it's big, really, really thick. There's a guy on YouTube that reviews the Lengren. He's got quite a few of them, and he kind of made the statement that, you know, Lengren is trying to flex their power in the industry by selling these incredibly thick, incredibly nice blades for cheap, kind of just to flex their power and say, hey, we can produce an amazing knife for $100. And you know, you guys are trying to sell knives not even like this for 600, or you know what I mean? So they're definitely flexing their power in the industry. And I think they got a great reputation so far. And if they're going to put their hardness, you know, in their description on the blades, you know, as knife lovers, we all know that the hardness of the blade is everything. You know, you could take anything and make a knife out of it, but if you don't harden it, it's junk. So the fact that they're claiming their hardness on these, I'd love to see a hard review use on this blade. Somebody wants to stab them and pry with them and do whatever. I mean, I'd like to see it. I am completely not worried about the blade snapping here, even if you stabbed it into a tree trunk. And I mean, Joe X obviously could break this knife. Joe X can break anything. But under normal conditions, I think you'll be able to stab this into something and pry with it, and you know, you're not breaking it here at the serrations. I believe that's not technically too much of a weakness, because, and I think they chose a great steel for this as well, because you know, of the hardness of this 14C28N. It's a 9 out of 10 as far as hardness. I mean, it is extremely tough. This steel is really, really tough. So I think they made a great choice on the steel. You know, if you're going to pick a high carbon D2, you know, whatever kind of high carbon steel you're going to choose, you got to get the hardness right. You know what I mean? And same thing with the stainless, but we don't even know what kind of steel this one is, and we don't know the hardness. So, but that's my video, guys, on this knife, this blade shape. I hope this helped you out. I don't know how I'm going to title this video yet. I'd appreciate it if you liked and subscribed and shared this video. Leave me a comment down below. Let me know what you think of this blade shape, this blade style. We got a lot more knives to review. I'm going to be doing some really interesting videos here coming up soon. Please subscribe so you get all the notifications for previous or for upcoming videos. And we'll see you on the next one. Thank you.